Shabbos! Alright, Monday Night Raw is about to start in America land in about an hour or something. Obviously, I won't be watching it until tomorrow afternoon, evening time. But I want to give my thoughts and views on something that we probably will find out on Monday Night Raw, and that's the potential tag team partner of Braun Strowman. And I'm a big fan of Braun. I think he's maybe been underutilised at WrestleMania, being put in the tag division. But from what I understand, they didn't want to put him in too much of a rivalry, because if Brock Lesnar backed out or Roman Reigns couldn't make it because of the drug issues or whatever's been going on, he was the second, the first guy on the bench to come in and help them out, I suppose. But now that seems to be, Brock and Roman seem to be on for better or worse. So Braun's in the tag division. And him winning the 6-man Battle Royal, whatever the match was, that sort of thing would usually grind my gears. It would really piss me off, that kind of thing, just shitting on the entire division. But because it's Braun Strowman, he is so fucking ridiculous, the shit that he gets away with. Well, not in like an illegal sense, just like the fact that he's flipping over ambulances and pulling down fucking buildings and scaffolding and all that bollocks with a fucking grappling hook. It entertains me, and I really enjoy it. So, he needs a tag team partner. And I've been thinking for weeks about who it might be, and it seems the ones who are getting maybe the most chatter are Elias, maybe whoever reincarnated Bray Wyatt is, as maybe a little bit as a curveball, sorry, if fucking Taker doesn't show up and John Cena doesn't get his match, John Cena's his partner. But if none of them work, obviously John Cena, he probably can take on the Taker, let's just be honest. And I don't think Bray Wyatt. I think Bray Wyatt is still going to be involved with Matt Hardy. I don't know if I mentioned this in one of my older videos, but I'd like to see Bray Wyatt become Matt Hardy's warrior. So, Bray does the matches, Matt does the talking. That's what I'd like to see there. And Elias, I want to keep Elias and Braun apart for me. And the good thing about Braun being in the tag division is he's away from the United States, from the Intercontinental title, and he's away from the Universal title. Because once he competes for either of those, for me, he should be winning it. So if he's in the tag division, I think it keeps him away from it all for a reason. Obviously, this is predicated on the fact that he's going to win at WrestleMania. And I'm a big fan of Cesaro, big fan of Cesaro. Like Cesaro and Sheamus, but a loss to Braun won't hurt him, I don't think. In this time, I'd like to see Braun teamed with TJ Perkins. That might sound fucking stupid as shit, but I do have reasons for it. One, I think anybody else being put with Braun is going to hinder them a little bit, because it's all going to be about Braun. Braun wants to win these titles for himself, by himself. And what I'd like, the reason, like last week on Raw, he went one-on-one with Sheamus, and if Sheamus won, he'd tell him his partner was. I think that what I'd like to see on Monday Night Raw is Braun say he actually doesn't have a partner lined up because he doesn't want a partner. And Kurt says, look, I've booked you in a tag team match. I can't deal with finding you a partner. I've got Ronda Rousey, I've got a team with Rousey at WrestleMania, I've got to face Triple H, I've got shit to deal with. I can't be looking for your partner, Braun. You need to find a tag team partner for WrestleMania, otherwise you won't go in. Simple as that. And before it gives Braun Strowman time to erupt, if you like, Kurt just walks off. Because Kurt's stressed. Kurt's been a bit more intense recently, so he's not ready for Braun's shit. So Kurt just runs off. And we then see Braun Strowman backstage. He literally walks into the locker room. The first person he sees is TJ Perkins sitting there, chilling out. Let's say earlier on in the night, he's lost a match or something. because at the minute he's playing, he's a bit like how Cien Almas was a few months ago. Like, wasn't really bothered if he was losing or if he was winning. He's cocky and confident, but when he loses, he doesn't really. He's not really bothered by it. You know, in that fatal 4-way on 205 Live last week, was it still this week technically, or whatever? The most recent one, where Buddy Murphy won. Like, in the warm up, everyone's doing the stretches and the fucking workouts, and TJ Perkins just sitting listening to music. So Braun Strowman walks into the locker room, sees TJ Perkins sitting there just chilling out, and he says, he tells him that he's his partner for WrestleMania, and he'll see him on Sunday, and he just walks out, and that's it. We get, you know, like Charlie Caruso or whoever interviews TJ Perkins, you know, later on in the show, and says, "What do you think of it?" And TJ Perkins is like, "Yeah, I'll do it. I'm going to WrestleMania. Fuck yeah!" And he's happy as shit. He's going to WrestleMania, you know. And I think TJ Perkins, because it won't hinder him. Like, if it's with Elias or somebody else, I think it will hinder them being with Braun, because it's got to lead to them obviously breaking up and having a feud, and then Braun beating them. But if TJ Perkins doesn't have to end that way, because for me at WrestleMania, you know, let's say the match starts with, you know, Braun starts in the ring, TJ tags himself in. You know, he does his bit. I mean, TJ Perkins and Cesaro could put in a right little fucking show, couldn't they, for 5 minutes? And then Braun finally gets in. You know, it's not going to be a long, amazing match. Braun gets in and he gets the win. And in the coming weeks, and maybe, I don't know how long it'll last, 3-4 months, something like that, 2 months, whatever. Basically, Braun and TJ Perkins win matches with just Braun doing other work, because that's all he's bothered about. Because he doesn't want a partner, he has to have one. But TJ Perkins is out there, he ain't bothered, because he's still getting the money of the champion. He's on Monday Night Raw every single week. He's on pay-per-views. He's winning these big matches. He doesn't give a shit. He's getting all these perks, and perks, pun, and he ain't doing fuck all of the work. And, you know, let's say there are matches where he starts, because he's still cocky. He still wants to get involved, but once he's not bothered. He's not, if that makes sense, because he's still winning. So, I don't know. Let's say when he starts a match, just so TJ Parker still gets a bit of the action. He's still in the ring and stuff. He's extremely capable in the ring, obviously. But I think the way his character is and how he portrays himself, I think it worked really well. I really do. And I think, you know, there's tag matches where, let's say, he starts the match, and then Braun comes in, you know, and gets the win, or even Braun starts the match, and he's there for the entire match, and he destroys the opponents, and, you know, TJ Perkins helps, you know, where he has to, and he does what he needs to get to the team. If, you know, they're double teaming Braun or whatever, TJ Perkins tags himself in, you know, after Braun's destroying him for 7 minutes or whatever, and TJ Perkins just steals the victory, you know. Detonation kick or roll up or anything, or they're already on, you know, whatever. And see, and when it comes to it being over, it doesn't have to end in the stereotypical way of those two falling out, because it could literally be, I don't know, #1 contender match, and, you know, for Roman Reigns' title, Braun wants to be in that, all right, and he tells Kurt that he wants to be in this match, or whoever's the general manager at that point, it might not even be Kurt Angle, but whoever's the general manager at that point, he wants to be in that match. And they say, you can't go after the Universal title, you've got tag team championship responsibilities. And he's like, fuck's sake, I don't want to be tag champion anymore. And you can't just vacate it, because there's TJ Perkins there. And let's say, for example, there's a tag match with Braun Strowman, TJP, against, the first thing that come to mind are Titus Worldwide. Not the Revival, because of the way they win the match, but Titus Worldwide. And before the bell's rung, so Braun's there. Braun gets on the mic and he just basically says, I don't know how to script it, but the general gist of what he's saying is, TJ Perkins, you want to, you know, I forgot to mention, before the match, you know, TJP's, you know, says to Braun, you know, what are you doing? Why do you want to be Universal Champion? We're already the, you know, tag champs and it's going great and everything. And Braun just like, oh fuck, I want to be Universal Champion, bollocks to you. So TJP's worried that Braun isn't going to be interested anymore, and that he's going to do some of the legwork. But they have the tag match. Before the match, Braun gets on the mic and he says, "If you want to be tag champion so bad, if you want to be my tag team champion so bad, for once you can carry the team." And gets on, drops the mic and walks off. So it's legally started because the bell's rung. It's legally starts with those two in the ring. TJP is a legal person. Braun just fucks off and leaves him. So the match is still legally going on, and the team of Titus, and Apollo Crews can get the win. The reason I don't want the Revival to get that sort of win is because I don't want that, that little hindrance of their first, main roster tag title being won in that sort of way. But Apollo Crews and they ain't going anywhere, are they? Let's be honest. And I think that'd be it can be any team. It doesn't have to be them. That's just the first team that came to mind because I do quite like them because they've been a lot better recently. I'm not saying the Bar because I've still got hopes and dreams of Cesaro being a successful singles competitor. If I'm honest with you, I'm fucking challenging for the WWE title on SmackDown, but that's a whole different fucking conversation. I'm not going to get into with you right now. And yeah, so Braun walks off. TJP has been tag champion with Braun for 3 months or whatever. He's lost the match, basically a 2-on-1. So he's not getting hindered. He's not getting much of a hit, in that sort of situation. Braun refuses to have any kind of rematch, and let's say I don't know what they do next. Maybe TJP returns to the 205 Live roster with the rub of being on, being exposed, on Raw for so many months and, big pay-per-view victories and what have you. I think all round, I think everyone would come off looking so much better. And I think it'd be entertaining to see TJP and Braun, just the way they interact with each other. And, because TJP isn't going to be on the main roster as a singles guy going after, main titles anytime soon. But the other people that are up for, being Braun's partner, they are. And this is all predicated on the fact that Braun would win it at main. If Braun is going to win it at main, then, it can just be I don't want it to be a big show. But that's why for me, it makes sense Braun winning the tag titles because it keeps him away from the other singles titles and it keeps him away from them for a good reason because he's got his own thing to deal with. Then after a while, when he gets bored or whatever, he's like, I just want to be Universal Champion. And you think, why? Because I do. I'm Braun trying to do what the fuck I like. You going to argue with him? I don't think you are. So yeah, that's my kind of how I'd book Braun Strowman's tag team partner. A little bit left field, bit of a curveball, I suppose, but that's the best way for me with everyone coming out looking good, if I'm honest with you. So yeah, I don't know what you think in the comments. Leave me a thumb up or a thumb down, and come and be a jobber. Subscribe to the channel, because Jobber Club is welcome to all. Enjoy Monday Night Raw, and goodbye.